Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the first poem of your book, that is My Mother at 66. This poem is written by Kamala Das. Now the poem talks about the condition of mother when she becomes older. The poem talks about the relationship between the daughter and her mother. They have shown a scene where the daughter is separated from mother. Now, when the daughter is separated from her mother, she could see the pain on the face of the mother, the pain of separation. Mother doesn't want to get separated from the daughter. And moreover, daughter also understands the pain, the feeling of her mother. Let us try to understand the poem. This is a touching poem written by Indian poet Kamala Das, who wrote under the pen name of Madhavi Kuti. In this poem, she describes her feeling of love and attachment towards her aging mother. So the poet Kamala Das expresses her feeling of love and attachment towards her aging mother. Her mother was getting older. She was 66 years old. Now, before we could start the poem, we have some new words. Like, for example, doze means sleeping. Ashen means the color of the face when it becomes pale and gray. Corpse means dead body. Spilling means moving out or going out. Sprinting means short, fast race running. Somebody's running, that is short, fast race. Wan, colorless. Pale, faded. And ache means deep pain. Now let us see the poem. Once the poet went to visit her mother. She was on her way back to the airport to return to Cochin. Now it's written here that the poetess Kamala Das, she went to visit her mother, and after visiting her mother, she was on her way back to return to Cochin. So she was on the airport. She was going back to Cochin via aeroplane. She looked at her mother who was seated beside her in the car. Now, as they are going towards airport, they are traveling in the car. From their home towards airport, they are in the car. And as they were traveling in the car to reach airport, poet was looking towards the face of her mother. Her mother had dozed off to sleep. Dozed off means her mother had been sleeping in the car, and her aging face was smoky in color like ash. Her face was ashen, means her mother's face was pale and like grey in color. Means she was not happy, she was very sad. Her mouth was open and she resembled a dead body. Her mother, as she was sleeping, her face was pale and there was no movement. Her face was pale, her mouth was open, and she was looking like a corpse. She was looking like a dead body. The poet realized that her mother was old. She felt pain and sympathy for her mother. Her mother needed love, affection, and care. In order to come out of the gloom, the poet shifted her glance and looked out of the car's window. Now, as the poet could not see the sad face of her mother, she wanted to change the mind. She wanted to divert her attention from her mother's sad face. So she looked out of the window. When she looked out, she could see there she saw young trees pass by. She saw trees, sprinting trees. Sprinting trees means trees were passing by. As the car was going ahead, trees were going back. Little children were running out of their homes. Now, little children were, we can say, spilling out of their home. Running out of their home means spilling out of their homes into the playgrounds. These things were contrary to the aging face of the mother. They symbolized energy, life, and happiness. Now, why the poet has compared her mother's situation with the sprinting trees and the spilling children is when she saw the children running out of the house, it shows a kind of energetic happiness, energized life. But when she saw the face of her mother, it was very sad. So, running the children out of their house, trees going back, they are showing energetic situation, happiness situation. As they reached the airport and the poet was about to leave for the aeroplane, she glanced at her mother one more time. As they reached the airport, poet looked at her mother. Poetess looked at her mother one more time. Her mother appeared weak and pale, just like the moon in the winter's season, which seems to have lost all its strength. When poetess saw her mother again, she was looking very weak. She was looking very pale. Pale means her face was faded. Faded means colorless. Her face was very much was faded. It was the face of the mother is compared with the moon in the winter season, which has lost its strength. So the mother's face has been compared with the moon in the winter season, which is without strength, without energy. The poet felt the pain and fear of losing her mother. Now the poet is having a pain and she was having a fear that she is going to lose her mother now because she is traveling all over to Kochi and her mother is going to stay back there. She was reminded of her childhood when she used to fear losing her mother. When poetess was child, she used to have a fear of losing her mother even when she was a child. So during her childhood, whenever her mother used to go somewhere, she used to feel lonely. That is what she was having fear, that she was losing her mother in her childhood. As a child, she could not bear to be separated from her mother even for a moment. When she was a small child, she never wanted to get separated from her mother because for a child, mother is everything. So when poetess was a young child, small child, she used to get scared when the thought of getting separated from the mother is to come in her mind. She never wanted to get separated even for a few moments. Now, the loss would be permanent as her mother was about to die and she would lose her forever. But today, if we see the condition of her mother is 66 years old and poetess has a fear that she is going to lose her mother for a lifelong time. Means her mother is going to die very soon because she is very old. So at the last situation, the poet is traveling back to Cochin on the airport. She is waving her hand and saying final goodbye to her mother, which is the last scene at the airport. The poet did not express her feelings. She smiled and said, "See you soon, Amma." Now the poetess also is also very sad, very much depressed. But she did not say any word. Instead, she just smiled and said to her mother, "See you again, Amma. See you again, mother." Because she wanted that her mother should leave and they could meet again. She wanted that her mother should live a healthy life so that they can meet again.